And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he got blown up. Losing yard. On the play back at the 44. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. These two teams, of course, met in the much-dissected NFC divisional round game a season ago, and they also met in the Monday night opener last year. And Adrian Peterson's return to Minnesota, gosh, that seems like a lifetime ago. It was actually Peterson's replacement, though, Dalvin Cook, who went for 127 yards in a 29-19 victory. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On play action, Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Now Cousins. He sets to fire deep. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Breeze. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
The throw left side complete to Scott. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Breeze now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now Breeze again. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
21. 36.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Now left side here to Bryant. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game. And it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. On second down, Cook. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A give. This is Cook. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Cousins now on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Hey, flipper.
On 3rd down, Cousins going deep for Diggs. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It's caught by Bryant. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Here we go.
Breeze now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Easy, kill. Good set.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. Here's Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Breeze now. And the pressure gets to him again.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
To throw, it's Breeze. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Breeze now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bryant. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They fake the give. Here's Breeze. He's going to take a shot for the end. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Cameron Jordan in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Throw left side complete. That's Bryant. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Breeze now to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Joe Schobert coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
21.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Drew Brees does it again. 3 first-half touchdown passes for him now. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz good on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Cousins now to throw on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A minute 57 to go in this first half. More from Minneapolis after this. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And he finds Cook. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Yellow. Let's go.
Now a play fake here on first down. And right with it here over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there at 22. Cousins now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. To the air again, it's Cousins. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
2nd down, Cousins. And his throw here is incomplete. There defensively to break that one up, Ken Crawley.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
This will be caught just inside the 10. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And Forbath will put this one through, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Thomas, the intended target. And now it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now a play fake. Breeze. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Looking deep, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Ingram again. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Saints on third down, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Breeze to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight, He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Cousins on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sims. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Cousins now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now Cousins. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. First down, here's Cousins. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They go play action. Cousins. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Eluding the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. So after the INT, it's Breeze. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch. But you and I both.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. 4 touchdown passes now for Drew Brees. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man here is Conklin. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw is Cousins. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Yellow, yellow. It's in there. Yellow, yellow. I got it.
A first down throw for Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Wide, wide. I got it.
Cousins now on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Got it. 11.
On first and 10, here's Breeze. His throw incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20. On play action, now Breeze. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Joe Schobert in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On third and long, it's Breeze. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's fourth down. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Sherrills to return it. Dodges him at the 50. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Well, he gets attended to. He'll step aside. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's complete to Diggs. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else.
And this is caught inside the 5. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards it. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. On second and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone.
Black.
Cousins again. Steps away to his left. Escapes the sack. That's caught at the 3. They get only a yard there. Now it's third and goal.
I think that should have been chalked up as a winning play for the defense, and they somehow beat it, didn't they? Right-handed quarterback flush to his left, yet he finds his tight end on the left side of the field. That's a tough throw. What a great completion.
So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's caught. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand. They go play action here on 1st down. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction. And that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Daniel Hunter in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
He gets it to Sims, complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
He's going to loft one, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. And this one through the uprights and good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
A very solid gain of 27. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
On second down now, Scott. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And just like that, it's third down. From the gun, it's Breeze. Thomas has got it, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Into the red zone. It's Breeze. He goes underneath to Ingram. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. They fake the give. Here's Breeze. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Breeze now on third and goal. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5, that's a whale of a game. So that's one you almost never see at this level. A wobbler from very short range, and it winds up no good.
All right, Brandon, if he slipped or someone got a hand on it, then I can understand it, but it's almost like he heard a whistle or something to stop this swing. A very strange result.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Breeze is looking to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're going deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 36 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. From the gun, here's Cousins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. Bree's going to throw here. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Now a play fake. Breeze. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there, perfectly. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14.